Hi kids! Today we're going to find equivalent fractions using pizza models. Equivalent fractions look different but show the same amount, like fraction twins. We'll see one fraction on a pizza and find its matching fraction on another pizza with different sized pieces. Ready to match fractions? Let's go! Use the models to find an equivalent fraction for 1/2. What fraction equals 1/2 when the denominator is 4? Please fill in the blank. Great job! 1/2 equals 2/4. These fractions are equivalent because they represent the same amount of pizza. Use the models to find an equivalent fraction for 2/3. What fraction equals 2/3 when the denominator is 6? Fill in the blank. Perfect! 2/3 equals 4/6. These fractions are equivalent. They show the same amount. Great job! We just learned how to find equivalent fractions using pizza models. Remember, equivalent fractions represent the same amount of a whole. We can find equivalent fractions by comparing models, identifying equal areas, and matching the number of shaded parts to the total parts. Now let's try something more challenging. Use the models to find an equivalent fraction for 1/4. What fraction equals 1/4 when the denominator is 12? Excellent! 1/4 equals 3/12. Looking at the models, you can see that each 1/4 piece equals 3 of the 1/12 pieces. Use the models to find an equivalent fraction for 1/3. Write the equivalent fraction using the blank boxes. Perfect! 1/3 equals 4/12. By looking at the pizza models, you can see that each 1/3 piece contains exactly 4 of the small 1/12 pieces. Wow! Today we learned how to find equivalent fractions. Remember, equivalent fractions represent the same amount of a whole. We can find equivalent fractions by comparing models, identifying equal areas, and matching the number of shaded parts to the total parts. Great job finding equivalent fractions. Now you can find equivalent fractions with pizza models.